The Coremiocnemis hoggi, commonly known as the Malaysian blue femur tarantula, is a striking and somewhat rare species in the tarantula hobby. Native to Malaysia, this tarantula is admired for the vivid blue coloring on its legs, most prominently on the femurs, which contrasts beautifully with its darker body tones. While its appearance often draws interest from collectors, its temperament is a key factor to consider before adding one to a collection. This species is not typically recommended for beginners due to its defensive nature, speed, and specific care needs. Coremiocnemis Hoggi is not a docile tarantula. It is a fast-moving, high-strung species that is easily startled. When disturbed, it tends to react quickly, either by darting into its burrow or taking an aggressive stance. Unlike calm, slow-moving terrestrial tarantulas such as Brachypelma or Grammostola species, this tarantula is more unpredictable and less tolerant of intrusion. The species is primarily defensive rather than overtly aggressive. This means it usually will not attack without provocation, but it will not hesitate to display a threat posture if it feels cornered. Keepers have reported that it can stand its ground if disturbed, raising its front legs and exposing its fangs as a warning. In some cases, it may strike the ground on nearby objects as a bluff before retreating. Unlike New World tarantulas, Coremiocnemis hoggi is an Old World species, which means it does not have urticating hairs for defense. Instead, it relies on speed, strong threat displays, and potent venom to deter predators. Old World tarantulas in general have more medically significant venom than their New World counterparts. And while there are no confirmed reports of fatalities from the species, a bite can cause intense, localized pain, muscle cramping, and swelling. Because of this, handling is strongly discouraged. Not only is the bite a concern, but this spider's rapid movements also make escape and injury risks higher. Coremiocnemis hoggi is a terrestrial burrower. In the wild, it digs deep, secure tunnels in humid forested areas, and in captivity, it will readily create burrows if provided with enough substrate. It spends much of its time inside or near the entrance of its hide, especially during the day, and becomes more active at night. This species tends to be more visible than some obligate burrowers. It will occasionally sit outside its burrow in the evening, especially when waiting for prey. However, it still retains a shy streak and may vanish quickly if startled by movement. In captivity, the Coremiocnemis hoggi can be best described as alert, defensive, and quick to react. Keepers need to approach enclosure maintenance with care, as this tarantula will not hesitate to flee or display aggression when it perceives a threat. Using long feeding tongs and ensuring the spider is inside its burrow before doing any enclosure work is essential to avoid unwanted confrontations. Despite its defensive tendencies, it is not a pet hole in the strictest sense. It offers occasional opportunities for observation, particularly during feeding. Watching a sea hoggi hunt is impressive, as it uses precision and speed to subdue prey. Due to its speed, defensiveness, and more potent venom, Coremiocnemis hoggi is best suited for intermediate to advanced tarantula keepers. While its beauty is undeniable, it is not a good choice for those who want a laid-back species they can easily manage. Experienced keepers who understand Old World tarantula behavior, can work confidently with defensive species, and have the proper setup for a burrower will find this spider rewarding. It offers the thrill of keeping a striking, less common species while providing fascinating behavior to observe from a safe distance. Summary of temperament traits. Defensiveness, high, will stand its ground if threatened. Speed, very fast, capable of quick bursts in any direction. Aggression, defensive rather than outright aggressive, but not shy about showing threat displays. Handling, not recommended due to venom potency and risk of escape. Visibility, moderate, more reclusive during the day, more active at night. Interaction with keeper, minimal, should be observed rather than physically interacted with. The Coremiocnemis hoggi is a stunning yet challenging species whose temperament demands respect. Its defensive nature, speed, and potent venom make it unsuitable for beginners, but for those with experience handling Old World tarantulas, it can be a fascinating and beautiful addition to a collection. This is a species that thrives when left undisturbed in a well-set-up enclosure, where it can burrow hunt and exhibit its natural behaviors. While it may not win the Friendliest Tarantula award, its vibrant blue femurs and captivating demeanor make it a prized specimen for advanced keepers who appreciate the more wild, untamed side of tarantula keeping.